We would like to welcome you to the Thurman Francis Drama Club's production of The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Raise your hand if you've heard of Narnia. Well, guess what? You just entered Narnia. We are going to try to produce for you pieces from C.S. Lewis's book, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. If you've read Narnia, you're familiar with the characters. Today, you're going to see a unicorn and a centaur, talking beavers, and one of my favorites, a fawn named Mr. Tumnus. He is so cute. And just in time for the holidays, Father Christmas and his helper, the elf. The play is set in a land called Narnia, where it recreates magic and mystery of Aslan, the great lion, and his struggle with the White Witch, and the adventures of 4 children, the Pevensies, Peter, Susan, Lucy, and Edmund. They wander from an old wardrobe into a magical land called Narnia. The characters that you'll see today, they're not real. They are characters made, they are students just like you who are made up in costumes. So I don't want you to be afraid. These are students who are playing dress up. So you're going to see witches and creatures and animals, so don't be afraid. This is the first real drama that Thurman Francis has done in many years, and the students have worked very, very hard. There are so many lines, and we would like for you to support them and to know that they have worked so hard to try to put this on for you. Ms. Steckner, Mr. Wilcox, and I hope you enjoy the performance. We'll be doing it again tonight at 6:30 for free, so please bring your friends and your family and come out tonight and see it. Please, at this time, make sure all cell phones are turned off. You're welcome to take photography or video, but please make sure all phones are off. At this time, sit back, relax, and we hope you enjoy the show.
Don't get lost. It's almost time for dinner.
Oh, Susan, stop talking like Mother.
Well, somebody needs to be in charge since Mother and Father aren't here. Lucy! changed her mind. Well, I think our stay here is going to be quite an adventure. Quite an adventure indeed.
I'll never catch him. Never. Good morning, Mrs. Beaver. Mr. Beaver.
What's so good about it?
What are you doing up so early? I was trying to catch the white stag, but I missed him again. Well, don't give up. If you catch the white stag, you will bring me a great fortune. I know.
It will take more than good fortune to help any of us.
Poor dear. He's in a bad mood. His dad drove last night.
It's more than that. This is blasted cold weather. I'll never get used to it.
But it's always cold weather in Narnia, Mr. Beaver. There's nothing to be done about it.
Maybe there is something to be done about it.
And what's that, Mr. Simba?
We can hope and pray that our king will soon return.
I think Mrs. Simba is right. I think so too.
I think we should break up this meeting in a hurry.
Why is that, Mr. Beaver?
Shh! Listen.
It sounds like Fenris Ulf.
Not that scoundrel.
And Thomas, the fawn. Poor Thomas. How did he ever get himself mixed up in that bad business?
Whatever the reason, he's in a mess. And we will be too if we're seen by that rascal Fenris Ulf.
Mr. Beaver is right. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye. And don't forget to pray diligently for the return of the king.
Who was just here? What was that flurry of activity?
Probably just a blizzard, sir.
Probably the enemy. But they scattered swiftly at the arrow of feathers. So, Captain, please. Now, why are you late to your post this morning?
But I really don't think I'm needed here, sir. A child of Adam and Eve has never come this way before.
But one will come someday. It is your job to trap him. In fact, it will not even today. Human in the air. And remember, if one comes and you let him escape, you know what you do.
Turn me into a stone statue.
At the very least. No, I was maintain your post, Dave.
Yes, sir. Whatever you say, sir. Oh, how did I ever get myself in this fix? My father would be so disappointed in me. Oh well, if I'm lucky, maybe a human will never come this way. But if one does, I can take it to the queen, and she'll reward me. But that would be wrong. I think May I ask, oh Lucy, daughter of Eve, how you have come into Narnia?
Narnia, what's that?
It's this. All the land that lies between this lamppost and the great castle of Caravel on the eastern sea is Narnia. How did you get here?
It's very hard to explain. You see, I was exploring with my sister and two brothers.
Oh, there are 4 of you? Will the others be coming as well?
I don't know. I'm not even sure how I got here. We were visiting this house in the country when I came to a large wardrobe in a spare room.
Wardrobe. Spare. Ooh.
Spare room, yes. Then I realized there was no back to the wardrobe. And suddenly, I was here in
Narnia. Oh, you'll be so glad you came. I hope the others will find their way here too, so that I can show all of you our beautiful country and introduce you to our lovely witch. Queen.
Everything seems so magical.
Oh, it is! And you can be anywhere you wish in Narnia, quick as a wink. For instance, you can take a trip to the distant castle of Caravel, or even visit the lovely home of the mighty witch, Queen. Or even picnic at the Great Stone Table. Perhaps you'd like to visit the home of our 2 forest friends, Mr. and Mrs. Beaver, for example. Or even my own humble abode, Tumnus Towers, I call it. I like fancy names for simple things.
It's a fascinating place.
Perfect for the imagination.
There's only one small problem here, as I see it.
Yes?
It's so cold. It was summer just a few minutes ago where I came from.
In the land of Spare
Yes.
Well, to be truthful, it's always winter in Narnia, but you'll get used to it. I hope. Now, why don't we prepare to Tumnus Towers for spotted tea to warm us up?
Very well. I can see no harm in it.
None at all. Here you are.
Thank you. It's delicious. I'm so glad I met you, Mr. Thomas. You're a very nice fawn. And your music is lovely. It makes me feel so warm, sleepy.
No!
What is it?
It's not true!
What's not true?
I'm not a nice fawn! In fact, I'm a very bad fawn!
Not at all. You're the nicest fawn I ever met.
How could I be when I worked for her?
Her who?
The White Witch! That's who! Oh, she calls herself a queen, but she's really the evil ruler of Narnia. She's the one who makes it always winter here, but never lets us have Christmas.
What kind of work do you do for the witch?
I'm a kidnapper. I'm supposed to kidnap innocent children and bring them to her.
I'm sure you wouldn't do anything of the sort.
That's what I am doing it. At this very moment.
What do you mean?
I'm supposed to take you to the witch.
But you won't, will you, Mr. Thomas?
If I don't, she'll cut off my tail, saw off my horns, pluck out my beard, and worse, she'll turn me into a stone statue with her magic wand.
Well, maybe she won't know I was here. Will you please let me go home?
Of course I will. I didn't know what a human was like before I met you. But now that I know, I can't give you up to the witch. I'll take you back to the lamppost. From there you can find your way back to the wardrobe and the spare room.
Thank you, Mr. Thomas.
We must go as quietly as we can. The woods are full of her spies. Will you ever forgive me for what I meant to do?
Certainly. And I hope you won't get into dreadful trouble on my account.
Farewell, daughter of Eve. Oh, may I keep the handkerchief as a reminder of our pleasant visit?
Certainly.
I hope none of her spies saw me. I feel ever so much better about everything. Starting now, I'm going to turn over a new leaf. I'm going to be a much better. Oh no! Cold. But it was warm in the wardrobe.
But now we're in Narnia.
Narnia?
Oh, Edmund, you didn't believe me. I wanted to tell Peter and Susan as well, but you were the first one I found. And I wanted to get back here as soon as possible.
I thought you were teasing. But I guess you were right after all.
Now the first thing we must do is see if Mr. Thomas the Fawn is safe. Oh, I hope the White Witch didn't get him.
Witch? Is it witch here in Narnia?
An evil witch who has a magic so that it's always winter in Narnia but never Christmas. Now where on earth, in Narnia, is Mr. Thomas's home? I thought it was right over there. We have to go look for him. Come, Edmund.
I'll stay right here, thank you. I have no desire to go tracing off after some silly phone. I'll be here at the lamppost if I stay. I'm not sure I like it here.
Please don't leave without me. I'll be right back after I make sure Mr. Thomas is okay.
Narnia, eh? Thought she was teasing. She was right. It's a fascinating place, I'll admit. With all this business about fawns and witches and...
Hold that! Tie your end into that tree, dwarf.
Yes, Your Majesty. As soon as you go.
Now, let us follow the smell of the intruder.
You there!
Who? Me?
Yes, you! Me and the princess of the mighty ruler of Narnia.
But I am leaving.
Lower! That's your light.
What, pray, are you?
My name's Edmund.
Is that how you address a queen?
I'm sorry, Your Majesty. I thought you were a witch.
A witch? I am a queen. The Queen of Narnia. Now I repeat, what are you?
I'm a boy, Your Majesty.
A boy? A boy? Did you hear that, dwarf? A boy?
He must be a son of Adam.
He looks more like an idiot. Tell me, boy, how did you enter my dominion?
Through a wardrobe, Your Majesty. I'm not sure exactly how it happened, but in an instant, I was here.
A wardrobe? A passageway from the other world? The world of men? This could ruin everything. It could even be the beginning of that dreadful prophecy. Unless... My poor child, how cold you look. Dwarf, bring him something warm to drink.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
Tell me, Edmund, my dear, son of Adam, are there any more of you? Humans, I mean, in these parts?
My sister Lucy, she's looking for a phone.
Ah, she must be the daughter of Eve who escaped from that fool Thomas. Well, you and Lucy, you say? That's only 2 humans. The prophecy said there would be 4. So there's nothing to worry about, unless... You don't have any brothers or sisters, do you?
Yes, Peter and Susan.
What? Where?
Still in the house we were visiting, on the other side of the wardrobe.
Edmund, Lucy, Peter, and Susan. 2 sons of Adam, and 2 daughters of Eve. That's 4, just as the prophecy has stated. This is horrible.
What's wrong, Your Majesty?
Oh, nothing. I just meant that it's horrible that your dear brothers and sisters aren't here with us now. I would take all of you to my castle. I would make them the Duke and Duchesses of this land. But you, dear Edmund, because you are special and I found you first, I would make you the Prince of Narnia.
Really?
And someday you would be king.
King? You mean it?
Ah, here is your delightful drink, sweet and creamy and delicious.
It's wonderful.
And you must have a little something to eat as well. What is your favorite candy?
Now that's easy. Turkish delight.
Then Turkish delight it shall be. Enjoy, my little prince.
It's the best Turkish delight I've ever tasted. May I have more?
Of course. Back at my castle, I have rooms filled with Turkish delight.
Let's go there right now.
First, you must fetch the others.
I can bring them another time.
Now, my dear, Bring them to my castle. It's between those two hills. You can't miss it. You'll smell the Turkish delight all the way. Come, dwarf, we must prepare for our esteemed guests. Oh, Edmund, my precious, don't tell the others about me just yet. I want them to be surprised when they see me. Let's keep this visit our little secret. Don't spare the whip on the reindeer, dwarf. We have much to do in a short time.
Turkish delight. I'm filled with it. Yes, I will bring the others to the queen. I'm glad she told me she was queen, or I might have mistaken her for a witch.
Edmund, this is terrible. I can't find Mr. Thomas anywhere.
Perhaps we should go get Peter Susan to help us find him.
You really think so? I didn't think you liked it here.
Maybe this place does deserve a second look, especially that large castle between those two hills.
Good. We'll go get Peter and Susan.
This time we'll get some coats from the wardrobe. It's cold here.
As I told you, it's all the witch's fault.
Oh, Lucy, go on. There's no such thing as a witch here in Arnhem.
The broken down will just have to wait.
Yes, his wonders is much more important. Look, there's Mr. Unicorn. We'll tell him.
Unicorn, over here if you will.
Oh, good, it's you. I was afraid you said all of them.
He left some time ago.
Dragging the unfortunate Mr. Thomas behind him. How do you know?
They passed right by us. We hid behind the dam.
Fenris Olf didn't see us, but Mr. Thomas did. And he dropped this so that we would find it. What is it?
We're not sure, but we believe it belongs to a human.
It has a smell of the daughter of Eve. You think that a human has been here?
Yes, and that Thomas let her go. That's why he was in such trouble with Fenris Olf.
So, where is this human now? Who knows? But if she is gone, she left on the minute she
Or to return with others.
Others? You mean more human? Perhaps. Remember the prophecy? Who started that? And who thought she?
Who knows? We'll just have to wait and see.
Listen, I have just heard the most wonderful news. They say that he has arrived in these parts.
Our king?
Yes, and that he is on the move.
This is wonderful news. Mr. Centaur, we are expecting the arrival of children, human children. If they reach him, the prophecy will be fulfilled.
But what if the witch gets to them first?
We'll just have to protect them from the moment they arrive to the moment they reach the stone table and keep them hidden from the witch.
Exactly.
But which of us is to protect them? They might be afraid of me.
But they might not trust me. Unicorns, I don't think they believe that.
Mr. and Mrs. Beaver, will you help them? Protect them from harm?
But,
It's this way, come on!
I still don't believe you.
It is the way.
Look for the lanterns!
They're coming. Will you please take care of them?
but,
Of course. I'll go home and prepare some dinner.
Centaur, let us go and see if the good news you have heard is true. Yes, let us go with me.
but, what if the children are afraid of me or don't trust me? I'll just have to hide until I get my wits together.
Just a little further. That's it.
Are you sure it's this way?
Yes, I see the lamppost.
Follow me.
Now, are you convinced, Peter?
Yes, I apologize for not believing you.
It's so different. And it's also very cold.
That's why we brought these coats from the wardrobe.
Well, what do we do first?
Explore, of course. I say we go up that way.
Don't forget where the lamppost is. That's our landmark. We need to find it when we wish to return home.
I think we should go home now. It's scary here.
Come on, Susan. Don't be such a goose. Where's the sense of adventure?
Whether we stay here or not, we must at least find the poor Mr. Thomas.
We tried already. You couldn't even find his house.
I would have sworn it was right over here.
Look! What's that?
premises, Fawn Thomas is under arrest and awaiting his trial on charge of high treason against Her Imperial Majesty, Davis, Queen of Narnia.
Signed, Fenris Oak, Captain of the Secret Police. Long live the Queen.
Oh no!
Who is this queen?
She's not a real queen at all. She's a horrible witch who makes it always winter in Narnia but never Christmas.
It doesn't seem safe here. What about just going home?
But we must find Mr. Thomas. It's my fault he's in trouble.
I suppose he was right.
Very well, but this place worries me.
Where do we look first?
I think we should look for something to eat.
Oh, you're always thinking of your little stomach.
You're always thinking about your clothes and your hair and how you look.
Well, if I look like you,
Please, you two, stop acting like brothers.
I just wish I knew where Mr. Thomas was in prison. Aren't we headed to the castle between those two hills? Very well.
Perhaps it will be warmer there.
what was that?
Nothing. Scaredy cat. Let's go.
Who's that?
Oh, it's a little baby mom.
And daughters of Eve?
With some of them.
Come quickly. We are not safe here.
What do you mean?
Many of the forest creatures are our friends, but some are on her side. Come, let us go.
Wait a minute. I say we head for the castle. Who wants to listen to a silly beaver?
Stop being so smart and pay attention to him.
How do we know he's a friend?
Here is my token.
My handkerchief.
Mr. Thomas dropped it so that we would know to expect you. Now come quickly. We must get you safely to our king.
Your king,
Aslan!
Aslan.
Aslan.
The very name makes me feel brave and adventurous inside.
The name sounds like a delightful strain of music to me.
It warms me up. Makes me feel like summer. It gives me a bad feeling. Summer's bitter as well.
What is wrong with you, Ed? You're acting so strangely.
Well, how else are we supposed to act in a strange place? I say we go to the castle.
I say we go with Mr. Beaver.
I'm two, and I.
3 gets wanted. Come on.
Mrs. Beaver, we're here! I found them. The sons of Adam and daughters of Eve.
Welcome. I prepared some dinner. Brings me the smokehouse outside.
It looks delicious.
Yes, indeed. I'm famished.
We're very grateful for your hospitality. Aren't we?
I prefer Turkish delight.
What, dear?
You said it looks perfect. It's delightful.
Before we eat, let us each say a word of thanks and hope for the coming events. Good. Now enjoy the meal.
How very honored we are to have the children of the prophecy.
What do you mean? Children of the prophecy.
I'm not even sure what prophecy means.
It's something that's predictable. Something that will probably happen.
Oh, what is the prophecy, Mr. Beaver?
It is told in the form of a rhyme. Wrong will be right when Aslan comes in sight. At the sound of his roar, sorrows will be no more. When he bares his teeth, winter will meet its death. And when he shakes his mane, we shall have spring again.
Who is Adam? A man?
A man? Certainly not. He is the king of the wood and the son of the great emperor beyond the sea. Aslan is a lion, the great lion. And we have heard that he may be in Narnia even as we speak. And if it is true, we will take you to the stone temple early in the morning so that you may meet him.
It helps fulfill prophecy.
But how do we fit into all this?
We still don't understand about the prophecy.
But you will. Listen to the rest of the rhyme. When Adam's flesh and Adam's bone sits at Cair-Paravel throne, evil time will be over and done.
What does that mean? Adam's flesh and Adam's bone.
It means humans.
You're the first humans to ever come to Narnia. But what about the queen? And the dwarf? Aren't they human?
You mean the witch and the dwarf She'd like you to believe they're human, but they're not. They're evil through and through. Not a drop of human blood in them.
This paraphernalia you mentioned before, how many thrones are there?
4. 2 for the sons of Adam.
And 2 for the daughters of Eve.
And when they are filled, it will mean the end of the witch's reign and her life.
2 and 2.
You are the 4.
It's quite a responsibility.
It's quite a necessity. Can we count on you to help fulfill the prophecy?
Even though the event will be filled with danger.
Well, I, for one, am ready.
I too. And I.
It's about you, Ed.
Ed? Edmund? Where could he have gone? Perhaps to get some air. Do you think he became ill? He hasn't looked well since we got here.
Wait a minute. He said something about the village, also a dwarf. We knew nothing of a dwarf. Is that such a person?
Yes. He drives the witch's sleigh.
Then Edmund must have met them.
And eaten her food, no doubt. He had that look. He is certainly under her spell.
And well on his way to our castle by now.
We must go and stop him.
No! You mustn't go near the witch.
She would turn you all to stone with her magic wand.
We have to get Edmund back. All 4 of us needed to fulfill prophecy.
What shall we do? If Aslan is indeed in Narnia, we can ask him what to do.
Then we shall set off for the stone cave first thing tomorrow.
I say we set out right now. And the witch, when Edmund tells the witch where we are, she'll come here and turn us all to stone.
Oh no! Is that? I'm afraid so.
It seems the witch has arrived already. Be brave, young friends.
You in there! Make yourselves presentable to an esteemed visitor.
It's the dwarf!
I resent that insinuation. I'm no dwarf. I'm an elf.
What's the difference? Either way, which is going to come in and...
Wait a minute, Peter. There is a difference. An elf, you say? An elf, I say. Elves aren't bad at all, if I'm not mistaken. You're not mistaken. He's mistaken. You're Lucy, and you're clever. Very clever. Because you know my name. I know. And you could only know my name. All of our names. If you travel with the one who knows everybody's name, name him. Father Christmas! Do you mean he's here?
After all these years,
In the flesh or in the fur, as it were? Tell!
Father Christmas!
I've come at last. The powers of the witch have kept me away for some time, but lately I felt stronger, more like myself. That's why I'm making my rounds.
They say that Aslan is on the move.
That must be the answer. Well, are you ready for your presents? First, Mr. Beaver. I have repaired your dam and mended the leaks.
why,
A simple thank you will suffice.
thank you.
And Mrs. Beaver. In the room next to the smokehouse, I have left you a brand new sewing machine.
Oh my, What he said? Thank you.
Peter, son of Adam,
Yes, sir.
these are your presents. They are tools, not toys. The time to use them is perhaps near at hand. The sword and shield are yours. Susan, daughter of Eve. These are yours. Use the bow only when in great need. Blow that horn, and help of some kind will come to you.
Thank you, sir.
Lucy, younger daughter of Eve. In this bottle is a cordial made from the juice of fireflowers. If you or your friends are ever hurt, just a few drops will restore you. And the staff is to defend yourself, but use it only when absolutely necessary.
Thank you, Father Christmas.
Well, we must be on our way. We have many more stops tonight. It's wonderful to be working again. A Merry Christmas to all of you, and long live the true King.
Long live the true King!
And we too must be on our way. We must travel quietly and cautiously. The witches' spies are everywhere. And the gifts of Father Christmas may be well needed before this journey is over.
Who's there? Who goes there? Who are you, stranger?
If you please, sir, my name is Edmund. I am a son of Adam. I bring news to my brothers and sisters. The Queen wanted to see them.
Very well. I shall tell Your Majesty. Meanwhile, stand still if you value your life, or you'll be turned to stone like the others in the outer courtyard.
You mean those stones used to be alive?
Yes, until they crossed Her Majesty, an enemy of the Queen, and ultimately becomes a statue of stone. Ha ha ha!
Well, I'm sure they were all bad to the Queen, or she wouldn't have turned them into stone. She was certainly nice to me. Nicer of it, Neville, Aslan, or whatever his name is. I'm sure the others liked her king. She said she'd make Peter a duke, and Lucy and Susan duchesses. But I'll be the prince, and someday, the king. I'm going to love it here, staying with the Queen who is so kind and good.
Where is the little fool? How dare you come alone? Did I not tell you to bring the others?
I did the best I could, Your Majesty. I just wanted you to know that they're here in Narnia. I'm sure I could bring them to you after they've been to see Aslan.
Never speak that name in my presence again.
Yes, Your Majesty.
So, he has arrived, has he? Perhaps it's only a rumor, Your Majesty. No, it must be true. Everything seems to be getting warmer. Even the snows in the fields are starting to melt. Where are your brothers and sisters right now?
They were at the home of the beavers, but they might be on the way to the stone table to meet him.
We must capture the children before they reach that creature.
Capture? But why?
Quiet you! I shall never allow the prophecy to come true. Never! Dwarf, make ready the sleigh for our journey. We must leave immediately.
Your Majesty, I'm afraid we'll have to walk. The reindeer cannot travel without the snow. They'll sink right into the mud.
Then we shall go on foot. Fenris Ulf, chief of my secret police. You are the fleetest of all my army. Go ahead of us. Overtake the humans before they reach the stone table. Kill anything in your path, especially the beavers, for harboring the enemy. I hear and obey, my queen. Dwarf, tie the hands of this human behind his back and drive him ahead of us with your whip.